here. I woke up more or less here. I can't tell you the exact spot myself. I was a little out of sorts and I don't remember many details. Suspicious.
This is just a thought, but all of us were really disoriented when we first woke up, weren't we? Could it be possible that either Miss Shira or Mr. Mariko didn't wake up in the front yard like they think, but in the backyard instead, without even realizing it?
Whoa, wait. An interesting observation, Yvonne. However, there might be a contradiction in that theory. The locked door. The locked door. Exactly. The hidden wall isn't that much of an issue, since it is visible from one side only. The illusion doesn't show a wall from the kitchen side. It looks like a normal corridor from there. Meaning that either Mariko or Shira could have passed it without even noticing it. However, the locked door is another issue. Unless the door was initially open. In theory, someone might have had a key in their possession and locked the door behind them, right afterwards or even later on. They could have locked the door without a key as well. Also a good observation. You know what she's trying to get at, right? If we were to stick to the theory that there is actually not one, but two culprits, you would be the first suspect on the list. What? Don't give me that look. You were the one who managed to open the lock in a few seconds flat. Locking it should have been as much of a breeze for you. So, following that particular train of thought, you're either in conspiracy with Mariko or with me. And who the hell said she couldn't be in conspiracy with the both of you? Didn't you two stick together when we investigated the mansion at the beginning? I knew something seemed weird about the way you two looked at each other. What the heck are you on about?
Mr. Apress, I believe you might be misinterpreting some signs.
If you're talking about the time when he was trying to hit on me, I had no part in it. What? I wasn't hitting on you. Oh, sure you weren't. Do you think I'm deaf and blind? You're being delusional. Whoops. Forget I even brought it up. Shit, did I go too far?
You should follow him, Miss Shira.
Yeah. As long as you'll get your mind out of the gutter.
Huh?
Don't even deny it. Well, that was... Those two. That blood in the grass. I wonder if the smash we heard right before we went down and found the note was Mariko hitting Feather over the head with something and then dragging him into the wardrobe. I'm assuming Feather wrote the note, Mariko came across him and was like, whack. Maybe? I'm not sure. So, that was stupid of me. Kinda. You know? And stuff. So what I want to say is... There's blood here. I'm sorry? What? I said there's blood here. Look. Part of it seems to have sunk into the ground, but there's some of it on the grass. Holy shit! No kidding! Blood?
Oh dear. Did someone get hurt here?
Is it fresh? It doesn't seem to be too old. It still smears when I touch it. Was this where the demon lady tried to kill us? Mariko used Shira as a shield? Ew. Apples, you walked around here a lot, didn't you? And you never noticed it? I'm surprised this guy even did. It's dark out here. That change in color is barely visible. Okay, I kind of see your point. Could it be Shira's blood? Didn't you find me down in the basement, though? Yeah, that wouldn't make much sense, would it? Unless we took you there after. Maybe someone simply died here? Before we even got here? I really really hope nobody else is dying somewhere in this mansion while we stand around debating about the weather.
Yeah. Let's hope that isn't the case.
Mariko?
As for earlier, I'm surprised you even worry about such trivial things.
Hey, hurting someone's feelings isn't something trivial.
Do you really believe something like that could have hurt my feelings?
So, we're cool?
I'd appreciate it if you trusted me tiny bit more, but I suppose.
How am I supposed to trust you when you're the shadiest character out of all of us?
It really breaks my heart that you see me that way, Shira.
I can see that. You're so heartbroken you'd make devils cry. Whoa, dude. Are you okay? What happened to Yvonne just giggling and us leaving? This is new.
Why should I not be?
You're bleeding.
Huh?
Don't you feel that? Check your nose.
Someone should treat that for you.
I could try and help if...
Don't be ridiculous, I'm fine. It's probably just fatigue.
Why did that happen this time? Are you hiding the blood with an illusion too and no one noticed it till Shira pointed it out? But why is your nose bleeding? Or did Apris punch you? He was asleep. But why would it only come now? I don't know. That's really weird. What changed?
Mr. Mariko, does that mean you're tired? Have you been pushing yourself?
Not really. This isn't
Let me do that again.
Not really. This isn't something any of you should trouble yourselves with. Like I said, I'm fine.
Okay, just... If it turns out something's wrong with you, don't hide it. If you kneel over and die without so much as a warning, I'm not going to forgive you.
Aren't you the sweet and caring type?
I mean it. This is no laughing matter. I second what Shira said.
I believe everyone seconds that.
I swear. If you're so worried about someone bleeding, worry about Shira. I'm pretty sure she's way worse off than I am.
I still wonder whose fault that is. I mean, I think it's logical to assume I didn't stab myself on my own. Someone had to stab me. Whether it was someone from this group or not is something I have yet to figure out. That's a scary thought, you know. Not only for you, but even for the one who stabbed you. Hypothetically, if I was the one behind it, I don't even remember about it right now. If I were to suddenly recall the act, I think I'd be both confused and freaked out. I mean, I probably needed to have had a reason to stab you in that case, right? But what if that reason turned out to be me being a cruel person and a murderer in the making to boot?
Following that logic, nobody said you couldn't have done it in self-defense.
Like, if Shira was out to get me first, you mean? We can't deny the possibility, of course. Even if that was true, I obviously remember none of it right now. You really don't remember anything in regards to that. One would think something like that would be more traumatizing than the memory of what you ate for breakfast yesterday. This is a good point. So one would think. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to apply in my case. Wow, we had a lot of extra dialogue there. Interesting. But, wait. Something just occurred to me. Mariko?
What is it?
Back in the kitchen, you said that you saw the barrier when you woke up. But you didn't get close to it, did you? How did you know that we were trapped in here, then?
That's the first logical thing to assume, you know. And I could stick to that excuse, but the truth is, I'm actually familiar with what kind of barrier this is.
Why didn't you mention that earlier? See what I mean when I say you're shady? You seem to know way too many things compared to us.
It's not like I can do anything about that, can I? I kept quiet about it, because I didn't want to worry you.
Worry us? I already hate wherever this is going.
I'm pretty sure I saw such a barrier at least once in my life before. But from the outside.
Go on.
From my perspective, the barrier was up for around 10 minutes. For the person inside of it, almost a whole year had passed.
A whole year? Wait, that's crazy. You want to tell us that time flows differently in here compared to outside of the bubble? So in a sense, the rest of the world waits for us while we're in here.
That would certainly explain why it's constantly nighttime.
Wait, you're right. How much time did we spend in here by now? The scenery didn't change at all. Hey, that's actually kind of cool when you think about it. Imagine wanting to master a spell, or a work of art. You could work on it for a whole year in here, but it would only take you a couple of minutes in reality. Other people would die of envy.
Don't forget that you'd also leave the barrier being a year older than everyone else, though.
Oh, right. So if I stayed here for 50 years, I'd get it all wrinkled and stuff.
You wouldn't, actually.
We wouldn't?
Remember how I said I didn't want to worry you? A person has a limit for how long they can stay inside of a barrier such as this. And while a single person can stay inside of it for a whole year, I'm not sure if it works the same way when there are more people inside of it at the same time. It might actually be less than that.
Less, not more?
Imagine every single one of us having a specific mana pool tied to our very being. The barrier uses that mana pool to keep itself sustained. With more people, more energy is needed, so the mana drains faster. And that mana pool, as far as I'm aware, it's impossible to replenish it. Once you spent your time inside of such a barrier until you've reached your limit, that's it. If you decide to stay or go inside of one of those ever again from that point on, you're in big trouble.
Big trouble meaning?
Well, eventually you start freezing in time yourself. You could say the barrier starts absorbing you instead of your mana pool. You become a part of the barrier and then disappear along with it when it dissolves. Essentially, you die.
Oh no.
How do we get out? That's the tricky part. Because I have no idea.
You have no idea? After all you've told us just now?
I told you I didn't want to worry you. What was I supposed to say? Hey, better find a way out of here quick, otherwise we're all going to die.
Please don't fight.
Yes, calm down, you two. You're forgetting that we do have a lead. As shady as that lead is. The Soul Stone. Well, this is great. Now our life depends on a stupid piece of rock. How long do we have?
Calm down.
You said that a single person can stay inside of such a barrier for a year, but that the time can be shortened when there's more. Does that mean two people would be able to stay inside of it for only half a year together?
I'm not sure if it really works that way, but that would also be my best bet.
There are 6 of us here, so even if we were to assume that we have 6 times less time than a single person, that would still make it 2 months.
Of course, this is all just a hypothesis, so...
Well then, let's hope your hypothesis... Oh, sorry, this is Shira. Well then, let's hope your hypothesis is right, and it's not 2 days instead.
Thank you for telling us about all this, Mr. Mariko.
Not that it helps much, other than putting our minds even less at ease.
But now that we know more about the barrier itself, we can try and direct our research accordingly.
You really like to hang around that library, don't you, Yvonne?
Well, it's just that there are so many books in there, and so much knowledge. It's fascinating to me.
Thank you for being so thoughtful, Yvonne.
Yes, thanks for your hard work.
It's nothing.
Going back to the matter at hand, I have a proposition to make. Let's search for that soul stone. If we don't manage to find it in the next hour or two, We should call it a day and try our luck again after getting some decent sleep.
How about we skip the searching part altogether for the time being? Mr. Apris could probably use some rest, and I have the feeling that most of us are pushing ourselves at this point.
Like Mariko and his bleeding nose? I second that. I'm pretty tired by now, and I could really use a bath.
I'd like that as well.
If that's what you guys want, I won't complain.
Considering we're supposed to have 2 months to look for it, I don't think an hour will make that much of a difference at this point either.
2 months. Why do I have the weird feeling that we have way, way less time to spare than that?
I don't know what you mean, Mariko. It'll be fine.
So, how would we like to take our turns? Should the girls go in first and then the boys?
Just so it's clear, I'm not taking a bath with anyone but myself. No hard feelings. Sorry, Mariko, but that applies to you as well. Oh. May I ask about the reason? I'm just trying to stay on the safe side. Being in a water-filled room with just a single person is potentially dangerous. Fun and games aside, you can't be sure about my intentions, and I can't be sure about yours. You're worried I might want to drown you? She just looks at me. If you want a different answer, we barely met. I don't trust you enough to be running around naked in front of you. Wow, Shira. Humor me here. Well, now I'm disappointed, Shira. And here I was getting my hopes up.
While we're at it, I'm sure as hell not staying in here alone with this guy.
Yeah, you don't trust me, I know. The fact that I paired up with you clearly means I want to stab you in the back when you least expect it.
So,
I actually like Yvonne's idea, even if Shira doesn't want to join us. I might have trouble changing my bandages and getting clean on my own, so I'd appreciate some help with that. And while I do trust Yvonne, I wouldn't mind Mariko joining us, especially if Shira doesn't want to go in with her.
I definitely don't mind any of that either. What about you, Miss Mariko? Would you join us?
Take them up on the offer. It should be more safe with the 3 of you. And what makes you say that? Well, if either of you were to have some bad intentions, the 3rd person could always intervene. Aren't you forgetting about one of your theories where Yvonne and Shira could be working together? Wouldn't that make things worse?
With all due respect, I'm injured. Even if I wanted to drown anyone, trying anything of the sort would be idiotic in my condition.
And I mean no harm to anyone.
I'll be by the door. If I hear any suspicious noises, I will storm in and someone will end up getting their ass kicked. Are we clear? Oh, thanks, Shira. Are you sure it wouldn't be easier for you to simply join us? Yes, I'm sure. Now shoo, off into the water with you. Oh, okay. Shira's gonna stand watch, I guess. Mariko was right. It does look like a stab wound.
Oh dear, it even goes all the way through.
Not a pretty sight, huh?
What matters most is that you're alive and recovering. Come on, let's clean it and patch you up. You probably shouldn't be getting into the water, sure.
Yes, direct contact with warm water would be bad for the wound.
Just sit on the edge and we'll help you get clean.
All right.
We'll take care of you, girl.
It's too bad Miss Shira didn't want to join us.
She's not the easily trusting type, is she?
Either that, or she's hiding something.
You mean under all those layers of clothes?
Maybe.
Or maybe in reality she's just shy?
Shira shy?
You think her whole demeanor might be an act? A coping mechanism of sorts?
Don't you get the impression that she's nervous at times?
Well, I mean, it's a true thing. Now that you mention it.
I think everyone's nervous. It's only natural considering the situation we're in.
I also get the feeling that Mr. Apris is shy in regards to a lot of things.
Apris? Now you're really imagining things, Yvonne.
I'd say he's more awkward than shy. Are you about to tell us that Mariko seems shy to you as well?
Oh no, Mr. Mariko is... He seems a little lost sometimes, but he's definitely not shy about anything.
What about us? How do we seem to you?
You? I'm not sure.
Come on, try us. Don't be shy.
Well, Miss Mariko seems really
Confused? Oh my.
really composed and confident. I find that admirable, actually.
Really? Thanks.
Yes, and Miss Shira, I get the feeling that you want to speak up at times, especially when we're discussing things in a group, but you're holding yourself back.
Really? That's the impression you're getting.
Yes.
Is that true, Shira?
I suppose I do have this nagging fear of saying something stupid at times. I believe I'm just not that good at dealing with people.
You don't need to worry about such things with us, Miss Shira.
Okay, for a first, Yvonne, you really need to stop calling me Miss. I'm pretty sure I'm younger than you are. And second, you two look really cute in those towels. It's a crime. I have trouble prying my eyes away.
You don't say.
See what I mean?
Oh no, Miss Shira is actually really cute.
Please stop.
Oh, sure. What are we gonna do with you?
Thank you for the company.
Thank you for giving me a hand with the bandages.
Don't mention it. Thanks for making sure we didn't die. Are you done? Nobody drowned, as you can see. Well, then I'll go ahead and take a bath myself now. Should I wait for you? No, you're fresh out of the water. You'll catch a cold if you stay out here like this. I imagine your dress isn't as warm as mine is. Just go back upstairs. I'll join you as soon as I'm done. Are you sure you'll be okay on your own? If I find any perverted redheads peeking in on me, I'll kick them where it hurts. If you say so, Shira. I'd like to see Shira in action, actually. I guess I'll go back to the mansion. Find some clothes. I could look for some clothes to sleep in while I have time to kill. Shira might take a while in the bathhouse, dealing with those layers she has on her. Oh. Is she back already? It's open. Didn't she hear me? I don't think Shira would actually knock on her own door. Nobody's here. Just that creepy painting. That was weird. Where was I? Right, I was about to look for some clothes. What? Can we catch them in the act? And again, nobody's here. I'm not going crazy, am I? Don't tell me this place really is haunted. Maybe it's Ishi knocking on our head. Wait, what's this? What? There's a book by the door with some kind of note on top. Unlike the one we found in the library earlier, this one's orange. I've heard you're a fan of poetry. Try 13. The book itself is titled 101 Ways to Appear Creepy. What the hell is this? What? How to be creepy 101. By 13, does it mean the 13th page?
I think so. Okay, what does it say? 17. If you're feeling particularly happy, smile all the time. Happiness, if expressed freely and excessively, creeps people out. No one is supposed to be happy in this world. Either you're miserable or you're ignorant. Or maybe you're truly happy. Good for you, but even a happy person doesn't smile too often, as people from their immediate surroundings either get jealous or downright angry, as if your happiness was a statement against their quality of life in a look how better than you I am kind of way. So to avoid being too pushy and imposing, reasonable happy people refrain from smiling too much or overly expressing their happiness in any other way. So smile. Smile literally all the time. Be assured that when friends, co-workers, and neighbors get past the stage of irritation, jealousy, or downright anger, none of which they can't act upon in efforts to appear as a functional society members, they will inevitably fall into the uncanny valley once your smiles get just a little too wide or last for a little too long. Not only will that help you achieve your goal of creeping others out, but will also let you improve your self-esteem, so that's 2 birds caught with 1 stone. And there's some handwritten stuff there, but I can't read it. There's a question mark. 18. When talking to people, never look them in the eyes. Just stare intently somewhere just behind them. Always, at all times. Also make long pauses randomly. What the heck is this book? There are additional words written in between the already existing lines. You know what FF stands for, don't you? Take the 4th and 5th letter from the first name and convert them into numbers. Further instructions await you on that page. The 4th, so F-E-A-T, T and H. What's T? Let's see. I'm gonna start counting. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. So that's 20. And H is 8, I think? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yeah. Okay, so 20 and 8. Page 208? Wait, what? Hold on. Whoever wrote this, they also need to know what FF stands for. Also, the converting letters into numbers, I'm just assuming it's what number they are in the alphabet. Like how far down the line they are. Maybe it's not, though. Whoever wrote this, they also need to know what FF stands for. And they know that I know? But how? I didn't mention Feather to anyone after I woke up here, did I? Unless those initials stand for something else entirely and we're having a misunderstanding here, well, you have to go to the page and see. If the numbers and letters add up and there's stuff on that page, then obviously we're talking about the same FF. Either way, converting letters into numbers. How am I supposed to do that? The easiest way I can think of is to simply apply numbers to the letter of the alphabet in order. Yeah, that's the way I did it. So A would be 1, B would be 2, and so on. Feather is the first name. F-E-A-T-H-O-R. The 4th letter is T, and the 5th one is H. So that would make it, 20 and 8. However, I want to save, because I want to see if I can read the other pages. Because I'm curious what's in this book. This creepy book. It's so weird. Okay, let's start at 21 and 9 and work our way back. I think that's 21 and 9 respectively. So, page 219? 30? Let's check these combinations, please. Oh. I'm sure that means something. I don't know what, though. I hope this isn't what I was supposed to find. Just looking at it gives me a headache. Let me check that other combination. Oh my god, what the heck? Befriend one or more of these creepy interdimensional entities and go together to the parties. You'll be creepy by association. No, the publisher may not be held responsible for any potential damage of property, injuries, or deaths resulting from engaging with creepy interdimensional entities. Please do not leave the book open on the spread and unsupervised, as it may lead to uncontrolled entry or invasion of creepy interdimensional entities. Please do not enter or put your limbs inside the portal, as the interdimension doesn't provide conditions suitable for sustaining carbon-based life, and direct contact with the environment may lead to spontaneous subatomic disintegration. The publisher would like to thank Anonymous Sorcerer for providing our book with the portal to a hellish interdimension. Why would you put that in your book?
What in heaven's name?
Oh gosh. Not opening it there again. Okay. Let's... That's amazing. What else is in this book? I think that's 21 and 8 respectively. So, page 218? 29? Let's check these combinations. Oh, it's the same. It's gonna be the same ones, isn't it? Not this again. Oh, okay. 32. Stare at people for prolonged periods of time while licking your feet. Okay. 33. I don't know, just continue to stare. People for some reason have problems with people staring at them, even though our social norms make eye contact such a big deal. So just stare and stare. Just stop licking your feet. That's unhygienic, unless you just wash them. Still, you never know what other people are into. Better not take your chances. 34. Lol, I have no clue if I will be able to fill this page. Why am I doing this? I should just mash the keyboard. If you're Mariko, just be yourself. What is this book? If you want to know creepy, just look at me. I am creepy and I don't even try. I can be your master. Hell, that's why I'm writing this book. Also, these points need to be longer, otherwise it won't feel believable. This book is this thick with only 101 ways to look creepy. Maybe I should just change the title to 1001 Ways on How to Look Creepy instead of 101 and stop worrying. I mean, be between 25 to 35, the older the better, and have no stable paying job. Have a job that was once your passion. Like streaming, game dev, comics. Oh, and live with your parents. All of your friends should be online friends. That seems to be enough to creep out your typical middle-class white-collar Joe. This I can confirm, although I'm not yet between those ages. I already creep people out with my penchant for games. Because I'm a girl. Anyway. There's nothing that stands out on this page, except for the, if you're Mariko, just be yourself. Did I really get it right? I should count it again. Yes, I know. I just wanted... At least that portal to hell wasn't a thing. I think that's 20 and 8, respectively. So, page 28? 208? Let's check these combinations. Okay, I've read this already. There's nothing that stands out on this page. Wait, didn't I already check these? We're breaking the fourth wall so hard. Let me give that other combination a try. Oh. Connect the dots. What does that do? It seems like 1 to 9 spell out no. But I don't know about the rest of it. Let me see. 10, 11. Is that a W? No. I might have to try and figure out what those dots are at some point. Here are some examples for creepy small talk topics. Heat death of the universe, meaninglessness of our existences in the grand scheme of things, how final installments of every trilogy are always the worst part, that weird guy dressed in black right behind you? Write your letters in creepy font. Or better yet, write them in actual blood. Draw pictures in the same style as examples shown below, and put them on fridges, send them as postcards, give them away. It looks like us and Feather under a blood moon with dying Ishin in the background. And there's blood on our hands, so I assume we had to cut our wrist for the necromantic ritual. I'm not going to question the sanity of whoever it was that wrote this book. Best not to. It's amazing. Hey, we got Creep Master unlocked. Hey, I needed to know. But at least I seem to have found the right page. There are more additional lines written here. Let's see. Can I trust you? There is a piece of information I wanted to share with you, but I need to be sure you will not share it with anyone else, no matter what happens. If you do not keep this piece of information just to yourself, you are going to die. What the? I cannot pass this on to you directly. The same fate would await me the moment I tried. You need to make a choice. Either ignore this note or leave your partner out of this completely. In case of choosing the former, once everyone else is asleep and you are alone, search here, 935. Make sure that you are not followed. More numbers to make sense of. Oh, okay. So 9. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And then 3 is C. And E is 5. Ice? Oh, the fridge freezer downstairs, I guess. I'm guessing I'm supposed to use the same kind of cipher. But before I even try figuring out what all of this means, Shira could come back any minute. I really do need to decide what I want to do. Once she storms into the room and sees me reading these contents, there won't be a way out of this. She's too nosy to leave such things ignored. I have no idea who the mystery sender of this is, but they seem to know I remember something about Feather. Should I trust them just based on that? This might as well be some kind of trap. Oh, maybe this was the branch. If I show it to Shira, I'm going to die. I think that's as good as indication as any that that's the choice I want to make for a bad ending. Because if we don't die, then it's not a real bad ending, is it? I think I'm going to show it to her despite the warning, although if I was really in the situation, I would keep it to myself. But this might be the branch instead of the whole hide the note thing. I don't know. Whew. I'm really creeped out about this, but let's try it. I think it's better if I show this to her. I shouldn't be hiding such things behind her back. Besides, what if this is some kind of test? For all I know, Shira might have been the one who wrote this and left it for me to find. Seeing the way she's been thinking and acting up till now, I wouldn't even be surprised if that was the case. If that was the case, she'd be super disappointed that we shared it with her. I know we didn't manage to get on the best of terms so far, but maybe this could still change things. Wait, what the hell am I thinking? I don't trust Shira, and I think it's pretty obvious by now that she doesn't trust me either. Showing this book to her is suicide. She'd accuse me of writing this whole thing myself. She'll probably think this was a trap and that I wanted to lure her somewhere. Or worse, she'll insist that I prove this isn't mine. I shouldn't ignore that warning. For all I know, it could really get me into some serious trouble. It's better if I don't show this to her. Interesting. So I didn't have a choice.